Every year since I was a kid, I would write down my goals in my journal, but they never actually came true. It was either a coincidence or just pure luck, but it all changed ever since I started doing this one thing. So let me show you how to make 2025 the year you actually achieve yours. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Celine. I'm an interior designer and self-improvement enthusiast, and in this channel we talk about how to live life more beautifully and intentionally. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, quick question before we start. Do you guys remember your 2024 goals? I don't know about you guys, but I certainly don't really remember mine. Now, this is the number one flaw that we have when we set goals, is that we don't actually remember them. So how do we know what to work towards if we don't even know what it is? So the first quick fix that I did was that I had to make my goals visible. I had to have them either like in a list, like maybe on your phone screen you have all your goals written down, or you just have visible items that make you remember your goals. Like for me, when I was learning Korean, I had my Korean textbook right next to my bedside table, and that way when I wake up in the morning I would see it. And another goal I had was to practice piano, so I have that in my living room. I would leave my piano open, I would have my books laid out there, so then I would remember to actually practice my piano. So that is the first fix you need to do. Another thing to do is to avoid fake goals. You don't want to write things like how I used to write them. Improve your scores. Be good in playing the piano. Speak fluent Korean. That is not very concrete. What concrete goals look like is something like get grades above 90. Achieve a distinction on your grade 8 exam. You know, things like that are way more concrete. It's giving you a clear direction of where to go. So that's another quick fix I did. And now the last thing that I did that I think is one of the secret to how I actually achieved my goals is to actually review them from time to time. So I actually have a free template for you guys down in the description below. If you would check it out, it is completely free. You just click the link, then it will open up a web page on Canva where you can see a template of how I actually review my goals. So for me, it would start with my current situation. I would be describing like, okay, what am I doing right now? I just graduated, I just got my first job, I'm working towards a diploma for my piano. So I would like write a general idea of where I am and what I'm doing. And then I have other things written down, like what are my current hobbies? Who am I closest to? What are the things I'm consuming? Be it like books, YouTube videos, or like blogs and all that. I would just write it all down. Then I have my current favorite songs. Then I have my current goals and my current life plan. And the reason why I love this so much is because adding the word current in these things actually helped me remove pressure to like have it written down perfectly. I like to add in the word current to make it less intimidating. So then I would be like, oh yeah, these are my current goals. It can change at any time. This is my current life plan. It's not permanent. I can change it when I want to. And so what I do is I just do this every now and then. I don't have like a set schedule on when I review my life, but when I do, I would spend like 30 minutes or an hour. It depends on how much I'm thinking and how much I want to write. But this is something that has truly helped me reflect on my life. And I've been doing this since 2016. So I actually have like 3 notebooks for this. I would like write down my actual dreams, the one I have at night, and also the dreams that I have for my life. Back then it was like very simple. You don't have to make it this complete. You don't have to spend 30 minutes or an hour. You could just go ahead and spend 5 minutes if you could write it all down. But I used to have like just little things. Like I even had favorite words or like star crush. So feel free to customize this to however you guys want to do it. Now, the reason why I started doing this in the first place is because I believe that everything you do and the people you surround yourself with, the things you consume, the songs you listen to, it all has an impact on your life. And keeping track of this helps me connect the dots between my habits, hobbies, environment, and outcomes. So then I would reflect them from time to time, like, okay, if I want to achieve that goal, I should see, like, what am I actually doing? Wait, I was watching way more movies than I did consuming topics on how to achieve that goal. Then I would reflect and fix it for my next year or the next time I try to achieve that goal again. Now, another thing I realized as I was doing this live review habit, I realized that all those goals that had a specific challenge in them were the goals I actually succeeded to achieve. So instead of saying improve your Korean, you would write pass topic level 3 by December 2025. For my piano, I would write do the ABRSM practical exam and get a distinction by 2024. And that's what I actually did, because I was working towards this goal that had a deadline. Like, if I were to register for the test and not be ready by then I would be wasting my money, I would be wasting all my time, and so I would do my best to actually achieve that goal by the time I set for myself. And another thing is to have an accountability partner. So be it a coach, like a professional coach, or a friend, or your sibling. For me, when it comes to exercising, my mom is my accountability partner. I have my PT, I also have my mom. But my mom would remind me all the time, like, go to the gym, you exercise. Go exercise, you have to be healthy. And when it comes to my Korean, I have a friend that I practice with every day. Well, I used to practice with her every day back then. I would be calling with her every night at a certain time. Okay, we would call every day at 8 p.m. and we would talk about anything we want to talk about. And this way, it makes me accountable and it makes me show up. Actually, the most important thing is to just show up. It doesn't matter if you're just practicing for like 5 minutes or an hour. It's better to practice 5 minutes every day than to do 1 hour in a week. That is one big thing I learned, especially when I started playing the piano. Consistent small steps are better than big inconsistent steps. But I have to remind you of one thing. When trying to set these challenges for yourself, make sure that it is a reasonable challenge. It is something within your reach but slightly out of reach. But you know that if you work hard, you could achieve that goal. So you have to make a goal that's actually achievable in a sense. Let's say now I don't speak any Korean. I only know the alphabet. And then my goal by the end of the year is, okay, reach level 6 of the topic exam. Then that's way too much. It's way out of my reach because right now I'm only learning the alphabet. But something that's more achievable is start being able to read, let's say, 50 words per how many minutes. Same thing with all the certifications that you're going for. Like when I did my piano exam, I wouldn't jump off to like, okay, when I'm in the 3rd grade, I wouldn't be like, okay, reach grade 8 of the ABRSM exam and get a distinction. That is way too intimidating, that is too difficult, and that's pushing things way too far. But something that's more achievable is when I'm on the 3rd grade, then I aim for the 4th grade. I'll be like, okay, get merit for my grade 4 ABRSM exam. Merit is like lower than distinction, so it's like, okay, I think I can do that. It is a little difficult because I'm on my 3rd grade. I don't really practice piano that often, but I believe if I show up to my piano lesson every week and I actually practice at home, that I could actually get a merit instead of a pass on my ABRSM piano exam. So those are the kind of goals you want to set for yourself. Another great thing to try is to actually try joining in competitions. The reason I love this is because you get to see people who are actually very passionate in the subject that you are trying to be better at. Let's say you're interested in running, then you join a marathon, then you actually see people who've been running their whole lives, or like they take it very seriously. You get to see the best of the example you want to be like. And so when you see those people who are training very hard for it, it also gives you motivation to get better, but it also gives you objective feedback on how you're actually doing. Let's say you went on a 10-kilometer run and you're really tired on the second kilometer. Then you know that, okay, a marathon is not for me. I have to practice more to actually be able to run this marathon. But the thing is, you want to take this as feedback. It's a reality check. It is feedback for you to start practicing more, start running more, because you are still far from the thing you want to achieve. But don't see it as discouragement or anything like that, because every expert started out as a beginner. And when you win, like if you actually completed that 10-kilometer run, then you know that you've done things correctly and that you can set yourself for bigger challenges in the future. Or, you know, it's just a very, very good way to see your progress objectively. You know, this year, before I went to Korea again for my second semester of exchange, I set a very big goal for myself. If you guys know this website called Talk to Me in Korean, basically it's like a website where they teach you how to speak Korean from 0 to fluent. They have 10 levels of them. I was still on the second level, and I set a big goal for myself. At that time, I only had 40 days before I had to go to Korea, and I set my goal. I said, you have to reach level 10 before you go to Korea. So I had to reach 10 levels in 40 days, which is an impossible goal. But I know if I pushed myself, I would be achieving something much greater than I initially planned for myself. Because realistically, I would be setting myself a goal like reach level 3 or reach level 4 before going to Korea. FYI, one level has like 30 lessons, and ideally you do one lesson a day. But because I have some sort of confidence in my skills, I know that I'm a fast learner, so I said, okay, level 10. And that resulted in me having to do like 7 lessons a day. So 1 week's worth of lesson in a day, which is not very ideal when you're learning other things. But I feel like when it comes to languages, the more you bombard yourself with information, the better, because your brain will eventually pick up on it anyway. And so that's what I did. I had to do 7 lessons a day. And did I reach the goal? No, I did not. But what I did was I actually achieved level 7 of the Korean, of those levels, the Talk to Me in Korean levels, which is way more than I would ever expect of myself if I did not set this crazy goal. But then again, it all depends on you, on how you actually achieve your goals. I want you to reflect on the past goals you set for yourself and think about the ones you actually succeeded to achieve. What made you succeed in achieving that goal? If your goal was to lose weight, was it because you had a very good personal trainer who reminded you to go to the gym every day? Was it because you had a dream thing you wanted to buy? Let's say you wanted to buy a laptop, a new laptop, and so you set a goal in your career, and that made you actually achieve that goal to get that laptop. Was it because you had positive people around you who had high goals, high ambitions? You just look at these patterns and you decide for yourself. For me, personally, it was to set ambitious goals, very ambitious goals that I know if I did really work hard on it, I would be able to achieve that. For me, it was to set these ambitious goals, but then also not be so expected about the outcome. So I wanted to reach a level 10 in this Talk to Me in Korean thing. But I did not put pressure on myself. I was not like, okay, you have to reach it, otherwise you're a failure. I would be like, it doesn't matter how this goes. What I know is that if I set this ambitious goal, I would achieve way more than I thought possible. And that's how I achieved my goals. So you just have to find what works for you and do that. Okay, one thing I have to mention is we are very fortunate to be living in this era where we have the internet, we have AI. Everything is accessible by a click of a button. So I want you to be using this technology for the best outcome of your life. And how I do this is by incorporating AI into my daily life. Let's say for my trips, when I go traveling, I would ask AI, okay, what are the best places to go in Switzerland, let's say? And they would be listing down things. I would be saying, okay, can you make a 1-week trip plan for me within this budget? Is this a reasonable budget? What do you think is a reasonable budget for me to go there? You want to ask him things, follow up. Okay, if I want to spend this much, how do I actually get that much money? This is my current career situation. I have this and this business going on. I earn this much money every month. I use 20% of them to spend on this, 30% on this. It can actually help you with so many things. Budgeting, planning, tracking. Let's say you want to learn German. That you're like, what are the best methods to learn German? What is the fastest method I can use to actually speak fluent German? What are the best sources I can use to learn German? Set a schedule for me, a 12-week schedule for me. Within 12 weeks, I want to be able to make small daily conversations. What should I do? You know, things like that. The things that you used to wonder in your own brain, you can now ask it to AI. Now, when setting goals for 2025, there will always be a time where you feel challenged, you feel tired, you feel like it's not working out. But the thing is, when you feel like it's a failure, it's actually not. It's just a feedback for you to tweak your methods. So if method A didn't work out, find out method B, method C, method D. There are so many methods out there. And if you're like, I don't know what are the methods, what are other methods I can use, then you can just ask AI for help. You can ask other people for help. You can even comment down on this video and I'll try my best to answer for you. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found this really helpful. I'm rooting for you to reach those goals in 2025. Make sure not to put too much pressure on yourself. Review them from time to time. You can do this weekly, monthly, or quarterly. You can do this every 12 weeks or so. And when you actually receive those feedback, you can tweak your methods. Okay, I think I have to do this. I can try this other method. You can even ask AI for help. It will be incredible. You'll definitely reach your goals for 2025. So thank you for staying here and watching this video until the very end. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below what is the goal you are working towards in 2025. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!